story about Moosling.
Oh, I know who the hug is.
Okay, don't tell him.
Okay. Can you tell us what happened at the end?
No, that's the best part of the book. All right, you know what, Mary? I want you to come down here and sit right here. Come sit right here. Jonathan, I want you to come sit right here. Hurry, hurry, hurry. That way we can do our turnaround read today.
What's the turnaround?
Oh, I know you didn't just say that. Okay, friends. Take a look at the cover of your new book. The Hug. Yep. Who's this book about? Deanna? Moosling. Tell me some things you know about Moosling. Jonathan, tell me one thing you know about Moosling.
He's a moose.
He is a moose. Tell me about his character. What do I mean by that, Quentin? What's he like?
He's like baby animals.
He likes baby animals. So what does that tell us about him? What does that tell us about him, Mary? If Moosling's so great about baby animals, with baby animals, what does that tell us about him?
It tells us about him like he's a babysitter.
He is a babysitter. He's very nice to kids. He's probably pretty, what? What do you think?
He lets him climb on his back.
Yeah, he lets him climb on his back, so he's very responsible.
But
Yeah.
then he climb on his back. One
Uh-oh.
rule and the other one. One rule.
He does have one rule.
To not sing.
Not sing. Yeah, we found that out yesterday. What happens when he sings with the baby skunks?
They skunks.
They spray, don't they?
Oh.
Okay.
Wait. This one. This one. Is like people.
Yes, these are called quills. Say that word, quills. And in English, those are it's called a porcupine. And they're very, very, like, hard needles.
Then when you sit on
Okay,
them.
hold on. Let's go back to our story, and then we'll talk about some connections in a minute. Okay. The problem in this story is that Moosling's friend, Pins, wants a hug. And you know what, Mary? You're absolutely right. This friend's name is Pins. Why do you think his name is Pins?
Because he pins because he hurts people.
Have you ever seen a safety pin or like a straight pin?
Yeah.
And do you think like maybe that's what it feels like when he gets poked? That's what I'm thinking.
I think it feels harder. It
hurt.
It can't go through your skin.
Yes, it can. So that's probably why his name is
It can
Pins.
go from the back to the front.
Yeah. Have you ever been poked by one?
No.
Have you ever had a shot?
Yeah.
A needle is kind of like a pin. Yeah.
But they shot us with needles?
No, like when you were a baby, you never got a shot.
Uh-oh. I got 4 shots in my leg before. I got a lot right here.
All right, here we go. Would you guys turn to page 2? Well, Pins wanted a hug, and she asked all the animals. She said, "Could you give me a hug?" And what do they think they said, Quentin? No.
They said, I wish I could, but you are pointy.
Yeah, he says, "I wish I could,
But
but your hugs." Well, think about what would happen if you went to hug that animal. What would happen? Yeah, it would pinch, it would poke you.
But it won't hurt them because they're going to hit the skin of him, and the skin don't have no except for the front. And like us, when we hug them, it's going to poke us. Yeah, because we're going to go like that.
You know what, Quentin? That's a very good point. But think about this, because you're right. When you hug to the front. But like when Miss Winter or Miss Castle hugs like those, we usually hug by the side, don't we? So maybe that's the kind of hug that they're thinking of. Also, I'm wondering, if I tried to put my arms around this animal, Pins, what would happen to this part of my hands or my arms?
It'd start bleeding.
It would get poked.
Yeah,
but I love the way you're thinking.
If it was just like right here, his arms are right there. His arms are small. They can hug him without the motor.
Well, let's see. All these ideas they may end up having. That's how they may fix that problem. We'll have to see. Okay. Would you find on page 2 the word could? Look at Miss Winter. Could.
Oh, right here.
What would you expect to see, Jonathan, in the beginning of that word could?
C.
A C. Now, I have to tell you, it's an oddball word. It says C-O-U-L-D. Could. And you know what, friends?
And then it has a comma.
We just take your finger under it, and let's take a stroll, and let's say that word together. Take a good look at it. Are you ready? Could. Could. page 6 and 7. Says Pam's friends said that they would do some other things like shake hands or let him play a drum, but she just wants a hug. How do you think that's making Pam feel, Jonathan?
Sad. He probably don't want to be that animal that he is.
I'm sorry?
He probably don't want to be that animal like that. He probably don't want to be that animal.
Wait a minute, just a second. Yeah. Quentin, what were you going to say?
Can his mom, if he have a mom, can his mom have him?
That's a good point. I don't know. I wonder if those would poke maybe his mom. I don't know.
Yeah,
Are they just
Now,
held by their
I don't know. But now, is this story fiction
fiction?
or nonfiction? It's fiction. So does like one porcupine really in true life hug their baby?
No.
No, they don't. But for this story, yeah, maybe that's an idea. Well, look on page 8 and 9.
The mouse could be poked.
Yeah, lots of friends would be poked. Look right here. So this must be where, what do you think she's asking her to do?
Play the drum.
Yeah, play the drums. She's saying you could play the drums. Now turn to page 11. Deanna, who did Penn see?
Moosling.
Now, we know that Moosling is very, very kind, isn't he?
Oh, those are probably the kids that used to play with her in the other story.
Maybe, because it's a series. There's lots of the same characters. Well, let's find out what Moosling does. He is a boy. But let's find out, hold on, let's find out what Moosling does to help Pins get a hug. Would you all go ahead and do a turnaround read? Deanna and Quentin, if you guys will start on page 6.
Oh, sorry.
Jonathan, if you'll just do a turnaround read right there. All right, Mary. If you all were to start on page 6. Remember, when you come to a word, you're not sure what it is. My first thing I'm going to do, Jonathan, is, are you ready?
Sure you're
It makes sense.
Makes your word.
If it makes sense to you, just keep going.
If it makes sense, and it
It
looks right, and it
It
sounds
sounds
right,
right. Keep on going.
That's right. All right.